Greetings Libra. Hey, welcome to your reading for August 2019. It's time to sit back and relax and see what messages are coming your way. Thank you to any new subscribers joining the channel. I really appreciate that you've found the channel and are interested enough to listen to the messages coming your way. There were no July readings. I was away for the full month of June and consequently I didn't have time to do July readings. But I am doing these readings in July for August, so some of these events or messages or energies may be uplifted from the time of the reading. I often find that happens with me. And today is the 16th of July. It is the day of the lunar eclipse in July. So some of this energy will be picked up through the video and passed on into your messages anyhow. Now, July has been a very active month with 2 eclipses. We've had 2 planets retrograde as well. So it's been a tumultuous month. Eclipses always reach our shadow self, or the things that we are a little bit wary of or perhaps haven't been certain about or been hiding from sometimes. So we often find eclipses pull at our subconscious or our directions where we're heading and make us feel as though we need to open something extra or look a little bit deeper into certain perspectives, dynamics or situations or relationships or ideas. So with all that in mind, let's take a look at what the cards are turning up for August, because there's still the effects of the eclipse will be very active in August, probably right through till November even for some of you. Now I'm using these 3 decks of cards. This is a new deck that I'm working with. It is a full tarot. So is this one, and this is an oracle deck. I have already done the shuffling. What I'm going to do is cut from the deck. I'll just cut and see wherever we end up, because it doesn't matter. It's where we start from, isn't it? And we end up where we end up. Okay, so this is for Libra for 2019 for August. So we've been kind of looking at relationships, which include your intimate relationships or personal ones or work ones, all of your community, and health and career. But I'd kind of initially, with the first readings I'd done, I had sort of set a specific, but then the readings lately have taken a role of their own and they've just hijacked my format, and they've decided to just work the way they want to. So I'm pretty much free flowing it, and we'll just see what comes up for you guys. But I have been starting with these cards first, perhaps because I'm really enjoying the vibration of the colour palette that they offer and the slight different interpretation within them. Now, just before I started your reading, Libra, I got this feeling coming to mind of sound therapy for you guys for August, or for this period of July even. And the colour pink, so I'm thinking of the pink ray and sound therapy, or something to do with not necessarily music but noise that can help elevate frequencies for you that could be beneficial to you. So your first card out is the Princess of Cups, which would be kind of like the pages in the traditional tarot deck. She is a more youthful person. She could very well be a water sign energy. She might be somebody who you already know, who you are related to one way or another. It could be a family member, and there could be something about her that is just playing a role in your life. So either sharing, caring, spending time, finding them again if you have not been connected with them for a while. The fact that she holds that cup out is generally it's a genuine offer of kind of friendship or love or feelings or emotional connection toward you. Now, it could be that there is this trust or communion between the two of you, but it may also be heralding a possibility of a new kind of heartfelt energy coming into your life. So somehow your heart might be activated in these times around this eclipse energy, and it may have to do with a person like this. So for some of you, this can be the potentiality of a new love interest. But if it's not romantic love, it could be friendship type relationship energy. And since we had said we were starting from the relationship spectrum, although I did just say that the cards are, have hijacked the whole system, I still feel that this is very much in a relationship perspective. But it's often about newness or new capacity or new ideas or new feelings when the princesses or the pages come our way. Let's further activate that a little bit. Interestingly enough, these cards came out for a reading I did just the other day for Sagittarius, I think it was. So for any of you who want to check your moon and rising or ascendant signs, you might be interested. Some of you might have Sagittarius in your signs, and some of these cards are turning up very similar to Sagittarius's ones. Now the Ten of Coins is also a beautiful card about feeling as though there is something around you where there is support or a network of people who understand you or help you out one way or another. It's the number 10, which does lead to final pathways of a journey. So if there's been something you've been going through for some time, and I mean some time, there's been some astrologers who have suggested that this is the cusp of a 13-year cycle that we are ebbing our way through. So for some of you, this could have been something that's been lingering around for 13 years, or maybe even the 27 type period, so longer than a short time, that this cycle might be finishing, and family could somehow be playing a role in this for you, because this is a very family related card. Now it also tends to relate to finances and money as well. It bodes fairly profitably and with a degree of providence and prosperity. Sometimes I find that there can be money loaned to you, or an inheritance coming your way, or some sort of coming of age, almost like a 21st. I'm thinking to myself, why am I thinking of 21? Is it something to do with age, or is it something to do with days, or the number of something? Anyhow, it could be symbolic of saying that 21 is known in the Western world as a bit of an adult's passageway. So there could be something here about a passageway for you that you are about to embark on because you've been going through something for a long time. Now that might not mean much to some of you, but you're going to have to dig personally at your own end to find out what all these messages are. Because these are general readings, they're going to really resonate with some of you, and others of you, you'll sit there going, well, I can't quite fathom that one out. But think upon it, and think upon the energy of the cards, the colors of them as well. If you can see, this is a green edged card, which means we're dealing with the emotional sector of life, or we're dealing with the heart chakra energy area. So it can be to do with the physical heart that we could be talking about with that card, but I feel it is more of an emotional energy that's occurring. This one has the yellow around it, which is our solar plexus chakra area, which is through here. Now, this tells us to physically increase that part of the body, so to strengthen that area of the body with exercises, with diet, with thinking, with muscle strengthening and toning, by wearing the yellow colors, eating yellow foods, doing things like yoga. But it's also about trusting your gut instinct. So maybe there's something about trusting a gut instinct within a scenario around family members or family issues, or money or loans or finances, or possibly even jobs. For some of you, this could relate to something like you've been in a job for a long time, and perhaps some of you are moving to go back to family members or moving away from family members, and this person may be part of the picture. Let's dig a little bit deeper. Well, that's kind of cool. So the Chariot, and I love the fact that he has the moons up here, so he's referencing the moon to us, and we are about to go through the lunar eclipse today. Well, today's the 16th, so wherever you are in the world, it might very well be tomorrow's energy. There's another moon up here. But the Chariot is about moving, and it's about moving into strength. And we've just talked about strengthening your body, but also your gut instinct, if you like, and listening to your own internal dialogue and messages. This guy has it. He's achieved some sort of spiritual epoch. He's achieved an awareness and a strength of ability to harness his own natural given talents to drive his life forward, and that's what he's doing on the Chariot. He calls from the spiritual essences of above, like the frequencies, which is what I was talking to you at the beginning when I mentioned sound frequency. He hears all that through his inner knowing, his higher self, his gut instinct, and he knows which direction to head in life. So the Chariot is a very, very powerful card. Both of these bode well in terms of strength and of moving forward into something new. This can even refer to your vehicle that you utilize for personal transport, whatever it might be. It sometimes refers to moving and shifting, which is what I mentioned with this card as well. Some of you could be moving for work. That's another thing that can turn up with this Chariot card. Like moving state or immigrating even. Moving to a different part of the country, changing jobs, moving homes are often signified when the Chariot card turns up. But it kind of goes deeper than that, in as much that it's an extremely powerful card of self-confidence, understanding, acceptance, and knowing that you're on this journey of life and that you are traveling forward because you have completed something, or you're about to complete something. And this Princess of Cups was coming in with a new message, and she could have been delivering this message of movement or change that could be coming your way. And when we experience endings of cycles in particular, like the 10, and movement and moving forward, we often feel anxiety. So with anxiety or emotional trauma, one way or another, whether it be angst or depression, or loss of self-esteem, or loneliness, or fear, whether it be any of those lower frequencies, then you are being told this month to utilize some sort of positive ray, positive sound effect to help break any like lower vibrational frequency around you. So lower tones, all of these energies have a lower tone. So if you could play them on a musical instrument, they have a lower vibrational frequency. The higher frequencies, or the energies of like love, of hope, of joy, they are sounded out at a much higher frequency. And in fact, I can give you an example which might be quite interesting. I will just get them for you. So I have two beautiful Tibetan bowls. There's a little one and a big one. So if we come back to the Princess, is probably a good one to look at. Well, no, actually this one is better. Each of these bowls resonate at a different frequency level. Now, the big one is the base chakra energy, which is this energy down here. It's a much lower sounding vibrational energy because it's a base energy. It also is the place where we feel things like anxiety, fear, tension, or flight. It is also the place where we feel our groundedness. It's at the place where we have our home, where we feel our tribal roots, where we feel connection to earth. So we're getting that whole, much deeper resonant energy. Now this chakra bowl is the heart bowl. It's actually the sound of the heart. Now the heart emanates love, and this is through this chakra area in here. So as an example for you, because this whole message came up to me to give to you guys specifically, it said when I started your message, you must tell them about sound vibration or sound frequency for this month of July and August. So because that came through so clearly, and also the colour pink came through, which has to do with love as well, and self-healing, I might add, then it seemed logical for me to go through and actually show you this. So this is your base chakra sound. It's quite low. And the pitch or the frequency that you hear is also quite low. So you hear that vibration. So I'll come to the little bowl, which is the heart bowl. And a lot of people who try to use this bowl have a great deal of trouble to get it to sing. You can get it to like that. You hear how it has a higher, sweeter pitch because it's dealing with a higher frequency vibration, the heart frequency, the frequency of love. And that is the frequency of love, the sound of love in the air, the sound and the feeling and the emotion that when you tune into that, it automatically removes anxiety, fear, depression, worry. So there we are, guys. I just wanted to do that as an example for you because I was so given that message for you about sound healing or frequency for this month. So some of you might choose to listen to some various different options on YouTube. There are plenty of them. Some of you might have some Tibetan bowls that you could perhaps utilize yourself. You can also run these through your home to clear any negative vibrations or any bad energies that you feel might have evolved through either things like arguments or unhappy relationships, or what people might term as bad luck, in finances or business situations, or anything that you feel is not producing productivity or positivity in your life. You can utilize the Tibetan bowls for clearing energies. So with that, let's carry on. And we have the Angel of Balance that's come through for you. What I've just been talking about really helps to balance everything, and we talked about that in removing any negative feelings, fears or vibrations, and in applying strength and the power of strength and allowing the Chariot's energy to take you forward without feeling afraid of the forward movement that might be happening in or around your life. So yeah, it's really interesting that these are practically the same cards that have come out for Sagittarius. I would be interested if any of you would leave a comment below if you have a moon or rising in Sagittarius. And if you do, then the messages apply even more for you than normal, because you're getting a double whammy. The 10 of Cups also symbolizes great harmony, love, happiness, completion of a cycle, often cycles of relationships. We also see these two beautiful little girls in the bottom of the card, which could symbolize for some of you the birth of something new, even as in a child. So a new child could be coming into a family circle. It might be an extended family, or it could be nieces or nephews, or it could be surrogate parency or adoptions or blended families. There's all of that possibility. But both of these cards are in the strength area of the solar plexus, which is all about the I am and the power that you can have over your decisions, your actions, your directions, and where you are headed. And of course, to top it off, you have more strength. So all of these cards here are denoting great physical strength, but also gaining power over emotional strength or issues as well. And I do see a lot of people around, because these relate to other people, these cards, and they do relate to family matters as well, and quite often positive events that you might be turning up to, or reunions or something along those lines. Let's see what's coming next. This one is not such a pleasant card. We see the Five of Pentacles, which is the complete opposite of this feeling of buoyancy around your money and possible projection of positivity. This can even be a positive sign within a employment or within a career, as can this be, which can sometimes herald a promotion or a new job coming, which is why I said you might be moving to a new job. But then we see this Five of Pentacles come up and we're feeling a little more deflated, and we've got the feeling of the anxiety back again. So it could be a month, and I see there's a beautiful rainbow on the card there that's shining through a prism that sits in my window. But it's allowing that light, higher frequency, or the pink rays, or the light frequency to come through into the reading and to help diminish the feelings of angst. So the rainbow effect on the card is providing some sort of release or enabling you to have a little bit more insight into it or to understand it to a greater degree. We all go through periods where we find ourselves feeling down or worried. It can be due to health, like physical health, feeling unwell from a flu or a cold, or even finding something like a broken bone or sore or stiff joints. So that can be something that this card does have in its picture. So I do sort of say to people, be a little bit careful when this card is around, and watch where you're walking, quite literally. It can be also a feeling of feeling a little bit lost with money, as if money might not be as buoyant as you would like it to be. But the fives are a temporary thing in life. And if we apply this positivity and strength and, sort of armor to life, and shield ourselves with positivity and ideas and balance, then we can still enable ourselves to move forward. So remember that angel of balance came out, and she is asking you to balance all things in life, including diet, exercise, your emotions, your moods, the people you are dealing with, the type of activities you take on board. So she is kind of giving you the message about balancing this energy as well. Don't let it overwhelm you, and don't let it stop you from the strength and ability that you have got, and the fact that things are moving. This is a card of movement, no matter what way you look at it. Well, you've been gifted another beautiful angel to come in. This is Raphael. He's very much a healing angel, and he works again in the heart chakra, not dissimilar to the Princess of Cups, along with the emotions. So for some of you, this is helping to balance out your emotional issues that could be going on, that could have occurred around this time of the eclipse, which could have produced some anxiety or some feelings of deprivation or loss or hardship. So you see how though you got two of these, but you've already been given two of the celestial workers that help balance this energy and raise the frequential vibrations. Oh, I did actually change the name of my channel from Psychic Insights to Celestial Insights as well. And someone asked why that had happened. I'm very, very connected with celestial energies, and that's my passion in life. So although I am very psychic, I feel much more entwined with celestial realms, with that celestial vibration, which is why I changed the name of the channel. So if any of you haven't subscribed and you're looking for Psychic Insights, it probably won't come up anymore. So please subscribe and hit the notification button. That way you won't have to look for my channel. But this fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael, healing you in the heart area of your body, could for some of you be physical healing as well. So if any of you have got heart issues that need looking at, you need to go and have them checked, have your blood pressure checked, your cholesterol levels, see if you can alter your diet to include good healthy oils and keep your pH balanced in your body and balance your hormones as well. And that's back to the angel of balance again. So it feels to me as though you guys have almost got a month where we're seeing sort of like an up and down progress, because we've seen such positivity over here. We've seen family or support around you, possibly the loans or money or something coming your way. Then we've still seen a little bit of this feeling like things aren't flowing the way you would like them to. But bear in mind, you can call on these celestial supporters at any time to bolster your feelings, or to boost energies, or to clear blockages, or to add support or protection. This is yourselves, of course, the air sign, the Libra for you, the King of Swords, acting in his way of strength, using intelligence, which is what Librans do, and that enables you to, rather than be emotional, which is what happens when we are dealing with anxiety or, feelings of being let down or kicked out of something or feeling alone, you don't let your emotions rule. Turn to your intellect, which of course Librans have a lot of, and utilize that to enforce this energy here of self empowerment, I think would be the best word. And the King of Swords can do that. Now, he can also be about communication and dealing with words, either written or verbal, and moving things through, like situations or events or relationships or contracts or offers. He can move it through by way of communication. So don't forget about the power of communication as these next 6 weeks come up, because sometimes we forget how resolving communication can be. It is the power of resolution when we speak or write or form contracts. Let's see a couple more. The Empress and the Page of Rods. So another youthful person possibly around you, maybe another family member. But if it's not that, then this is your creative ability kicking in with an idea. And that idea could be transferred or transmuted into the written, bringing it into this reality, making it an opportunity to do something as you move forward. That's generally what the pages incur with us, this creativity, new ideas, and a flurry of action. Now the Empress, again, she is in the green and she's holding this cup, if you like, or goblet, that has the same sparkling energy around it as the Princess of Cups at her heart level. So somehow during the month your heart may be very activated one way or another. And again, I'm thinking it could be by family, or for possibly some of you who are looking for romance, this could be the option of or opportunity of new romance. Probably with a watery type sign person. And there could be a great deal of sexual attraction or chemistry between the two of you. And it could be a very fertile time as well, because the Empress is a card of positivity. She's kind of not dissimilar to the Chariot. Although she doesn't exude this masculine strength, she exudes a gentle feminine power of fertility and conception. And that's what the pages, if you like, also include. These ideas that burst forward, producing new movement and creativity. The Six of Wands is another travel card, guys, another card of moving forward. So we have two of them now that indicate movement. This one can often be about moving out of something that's been emotionally clawing you down or holding you down. And we are up here in the purple chakra area, which is towards the top of the head, the crown chakra. This is where you receive information about understanding what is happening. This card is a card of freedom. You can see that she's turning her back on a situation and she is ready with kind of, yay, I'm moving forward. I feel free. So something frees up in this month for you, and there is definitely movement forward. It's been something that has been holding you down, possibly, as I said, for a long time. For some of you, this could be a health issue. For others, it could be family issues or relationship issues or even career. But you are moving forward, and this is moving into brighter light. So it's a positive card of movement. Sometimes it denotes going overseas. So this could be, for some of you, it could be a holiday. It doesn't have to be all about work. It could be a holiday that you have a boat involved and do some driving at the same time. And for others, it could be about immigration, leaving behind that which you loved or have been connected with, like a homeland, like a fatherland, and you could be moving into whole new territory or waters. And that's possibly where that little bit of anxiety was coming from. Two cards have come out together here. We see the broken heart, and we see the pink energy with it. And I talked earlier about the pink ray, which is very healing and cathartic and loving, both for the self and for general love, also for romantic love. So some of you, if you may have suffered from some sort of trauma or loss around a relationship, feeling as if a relationship has fallen apart or gone by the wayside, and for some of you this could have been a romantic one, then there's healing that needs to take place. And we've seen this, the offer of healing with these two that came in, and of course the beautiful Archangel Raphael helping to heal the heart. So if you have been going through a traumatic time in regards relationships, whether they be your intimate one or just friendships or even family pain or trauma, then there's an opportunity here for some deep healing to take place. And that's again where we can do our own soul work and look within to find out how we do this healing, or how do we move on. Asking for the archangels then, if Raphael has popped in to support you, asking for him to come in and induce some sort of healing, whether it be emotional or physical, is a great way to start, because he holds this light directly over the heart chakra area. So it's a wonderful capacity here for healing if you guys need it for any reason. So what's under the broken heart is appreciation. And I think those two work really well together. You know, appreciation often comes from others saying that they appreciate us. And there's no doubt that there is appreciation around you from these cards here. And again, sometimes this can be family appreciation, or just within your community of friends or people that you admire or who admire you as well. So don't feel as though you're on your own completely. There are definitely people around you here to help and support. I don't know if you have felt cut off or alone, but perhaps you need to look a little bit broader and know that there are others. Now, some of these can be your celestial helpers or your spirit helpers, but appreciation must also stem for yourself. And oftentimes we forget that, and we end up like this, because we're lacking appreciation of all the positives that we have in life. And sometimes it can also lead us into these situations. This can also be the sign of a relationship that has recently broken up or is breaking up. But bear in mind that you must apply appreciation, if you can, to help heal wounded or painful loss. Because at some point in any relationship, you will have had appreciation for the person behind it. And then if we can only go back and think of them in a positive light as we move on into new relationships, then we don't take that heartbreak in quite such a painful way. Now, I know it's not as easy to do as it sounds, but it is something that we can work on and bring to the table, for want of a better word, to help bring healing. So it's not a very nice card to end with, the broken heart. So let's just try another one. Oh, well, it's a major one, of course. It's death, which is new beginnings. So some of you are literally going to move on to such a new beginning after this loss, or this thing that you're leaving behind, or that something is fallen by the wayside or a decision you've made in this new direction you are taking. Know that you must apply the appreciation for yourself and even for the situation as it was, because all teachers that come to us in our life, so all life experiences we have something to teach us. And as much as it can be very painful at the time and we don't appreciate it happening, eventually we can see the light and understand the lesson that it taught us at the soul level. And then we are able to move on much more freely with forgiveness and less pain in the heart, and know that we are triumphant and that our next destination or journey takes us into the light and strength of our own energy and of those relationships that we choose to uplift in our life. So death is a very, very powerful card. Its nicer word is transformation. And we talked about transformation at the very beginning because of the solar eclipse or the lunar eclipse, because there's been the two of them. It's the lunar eclipse tonight as such on the 16th of July. If you look closely in the background of the tree, you can see her other half or her shadow self, or the part of her that she is leaving behind as she moves into freedom and the new her. So I think it's a really powerful card to leave on, that one. It does have an extremely in-depth meaning, and it has an intense vibration about it. And of all things, it's kind of like the pink ray on the outside. So it's got a very high frequency, this card, when you look at it, with this beautiful white light glowing from here around this throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown chakra area, giving this bolt of insight and clarity and raising the vibrational energy of the card, and including the pink ray of self-love and ultimate love. So I think it's a very worthy card to finish with for you guys. It's very powerful. I think your reading has some mighty strong messages within it that if you come back and listen to them, you might be able to apply more personal information or understanding to the situations that are going on. But I feel there is a lot of change for you as you move into the latter part of this year, and it will take you, no doubt, into 2020 as well. So guys, thank you very much for joining me. I trust you have really enjoyed the reading. It's a beautiful, insightful one, especially with this new deck where all these colours are instigated and they allow us to really feel into the spiritual perspective of the journeys that we take in this life. So thank you again for joining me, and have a wonderful, blessed month ahead for August. Much love, everyone. Namaste.